What's up, y'all? Shoe Booty Sports coming at you Tuesday night. I'm your host, Graham Powell, on this screen, co-host on the other screen, Bradley Brown. I'm just looking at his really cool hat and it threw me off a little bit. Say what's up, Brad.
What's happening?
The Olympic Games is what's happening. We got the Olympics and really not much else going on at the moment, but this is all I need right now. That my TV will be on the Olympics from start to finish. Opening ceremony was Friday night. So basically, this is going to be a big Olympics episode and probably will be for the next couple of weeks or so. First, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor before we get started. Shoe Booty Sports is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers 5 different races: a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, a marathon, and the Rhino Ultra. You can sign up for one or all 5 of their races at rhinoraces.com. Run your race at your convenience. Track it with your fitness app of choice. Screenshot your results as proof of completion. Submit that screenshot to rhinoraces.com under the Submit Results section. Once your results are verified by Rhino Races staff, your award will be shipped to you by mail. Also, check out their gear section for t-shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. That's rhinoraces.com. Rhino Races is the premier virtual running series, and you can find us, Shoe Booty Sports, on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give us a like while you're there. Follow us on X at Shoe Booty Sports. Olympic Games opening ceremony started Friday night. I was really pumped about it. Of course, no actual competition takes place Friday night. It being in Paris, it's 7 hours ahead of us here in the States, at least in the central time zone, even further if you're on the West Coast. But so they had the opening ceremony really Friday afternoon, I guess about 2 o'clock or so, I think, something around that. But they showed the replay of it Friday evening. I was house sitting for your folks. So as soon as I got there and settled in, I turned on opening ceremony, watched that. Well, I say that I watched some of it. It was on for a while. I had it on for a little while, and then I just was kind of like, "What am I watching?" Like it was a
Yeah.
little too. It was not. I don't know. It just wasn't sports. You could tell sports people didn't put it together, and I don't even. I didn't make it to the what was said to be, at least by many, the mocking of the Last Supper. And like I didn't even get to that. I didn't get that. But I tuned out after the gay threesome, basically. Like, not that I homophobic or care. It just wasn't like a good and or entertaining opening
Yeah.
ceremony. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch diners, drive-ins, and dives. That because I was like, there's more stuff on TV. This is weird and it's not my thing. Uh, a lot. The first thing we can talk about that a little bit, but the first thing I didn't even think much of it. But the next day, I think I saw social media. A lot of people they either loved it or hated it. There were people that were like, "Oh, what a fabulous opening ceremony!" I'm like, "What were they watching?" And then it got political, as everything else does. And like I said, I didn't even see the part that did look very similar to the Last Supper photo. The creator said he didn't mean to do that. Sounded a little bit like a swerve to me based
Yeah.
on Flash, but I don't have an opinion of it one way or another just because I don't care and I don't know. It's their opening ceremony. They can do whatever they want to do, but it wasn't very Olympic, um, like to me. I would have rather seen something sports themed, but
Yeah.
hey, it's their opening ceremony. They can do whatever they want, I guess. But I just didn't like it, so I didn't watch it any further and didn't see all the stuff that people either were offended by or that vehemently defended. It was one side or another.
Now, why anyone would want to watch country teams drive by on a boat for 3 hours is beyond me. But yeah, it was from the highlights and stuff that I've seen, it was very weird. And I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Did you hear that?
No.
Okay, my dog is having a really bad hacking fit, and it is loud. Um, he'll be okay. I think it'll pass. But he's 14 years old, so he's having some health issues, but he'll get that out of his system. And yeah, but nobody could hear it but me, so we'll move on. But going back to seeing the people ride by on the boats, you and I were at that very river
Yeah.
uh, less than what 6 months ago, or about 6 months ago.
About 6 months ago.
Yeah, it was cool to be at that very spot where they were all riding. The two noticeable things to me about that part was how clean the U.S. men's polo like jackets and shirts were and all that. I mean, the gorgeous outfits that they were getting to rock. Lucky them.
What do you think of LeBron wearing the only white blazer? Thought that was funny.
Was it? I thought it was like a polo one.
I don't know. He was the only one who's, everybody else's was blues. His was white.
I honestly I didn't even notice. I thought he had. Well, I saw him talking like with Coco Goff. I saw that like in an interview. I really didn't notice, so I don't have an opinion on it one way or another.
Yeah.
Was there a reason for that, or just
Maybe since he was the flag bearer, I don't know. Like LeBron needed to stand out anymore. We all know it's LeBron.
yeah? We know it's LeBron
No,
James,
no
but
one was going to be like, "Who is that holding the flag?"
yeah, who's
Never
that?
seen that guy before.
What sport does he play?
Yeah.
Uh, but the other noticeable thing to me, which really stood out, was just the European countries. You could tell that they all wanted. I don't know if they just all really like red, white, and blue stripes, or if they just decided that was a way of being similar but different. I don't know, but all it seems like every not every obviously, but many European countries have the exact same flag, just in different sequence of red, white, and blue stripes. Some are vertical and some are side or horizontal, or just mixed and matched as far as the colors. Gosh, I can't remember what country it was. They said it was like, okay, we'll just take a we'll take France's flag and just paint the white part yellow. That's essentially what the flags were. And that was the other thing I noticed watching that. There wasn't a lot on Friday night. It was that and Triple D. But after I got enough of boat riding and the opening ceremony that was really long, the theatrical part, whatever you want to call it, long and just not my cup of tea. Yeah, I changed the channel. But uh we got to sports the next day, actual competition.
So wait,
And
wait. What did you think of them lighting a balloon instead of a torch for the Olympics? Like
I didn't see it. I didn't
it's
see it.
like a it's like a hot air balloon that's on fire or something. That's their Olympic torch.
Okay, that's weird.
Yes.
But it's very rainy in Paris, especially. I wouldn't say especially this time of year, but it always rains in Paris, doesn't it? I mean,
I guess it rained the whole
it's
time we were there pretty much. So
yeah, it's always raining there, and I know it is in London. I didn't. Maybe that was a way to keep the thing lit. I don't know. Nothing will beat. Was it 92 or 96 when the archer, like took it and then just shot it at the big bowl from so far out, and then it got in there like perfectly, and then boom.
I'll say that was 92. But
That was the cool one. Barcelona. Yeah, 92 was Barcelona. Uh Snoop Dogg was one of the people carrying the Olympic torch, which by the way, this was known. We all knew Snoop Dogg had the best life, like the best life.
yeah,
And it's only that was only shown again, or proved. proved again, really just since the Olympics have started. I saw a photo of him with the fencing team. He's holding the lance or whatever they call it. And he's at every event I've watched, he's there, cheering the US on. Yeah, dude officially has the best life. A shout out to Flavor Flav, by the way. This was one of the cooler stories. The U.S. women's water polo team, who has won 2 or 3 straight gold medals coming into this Olympics, was needing a sponsor. Their that team, the participants, have apparently been working, 2, some of them 3 jobs just to make it, and on top of that, having to train. And I think one of them was asking for financial help on social media. And Flavor Flav just basically just said, "I'm going to sponsor the whole team," which was very cool.
Yeah.
It's a dominant Olympic sport team from our country. Like they definitely deserve that. I don't care what sport it is. So I thought that was very cool of him. And of course, the photos of him in the pool with all the get up and all that, they're great photos too. So some cool stuff coming out of the Olympics. And my favorite parts, I love the swimming. The swimming is awesome. I mean, it's been really close. It always is. But that's been great. We'll touch up on the U.S. men's basketball game on Sunday, but the swimming's been great. U.S. women's gymnastics team did what they do. They dominated. So we can't really touch up on anything that's not known. The men's team, though, got their first medal since 2008, I believe. So
Yeah.
huge, huge there. And I believe, yeah, I was here. I walked in, turned on the TV last night. Of course, Monday's my long day, so I get home and I turn on the TV, and that's really the first thing I see is the guy on the whatever you call it.
I'm a horse.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that rolled off your tongue.
Act like
Pretty
you don't know
good.
what a pommel horse is.
It's been a while since I've been on one. I don't think I've ever been on. But we didn't have that Atlanta's Dance Studio in Lone Arkansas. We didn't have one of those.
I'll take your word for it.
We just had the fold out mat things. And that was pretty much it. Jonathan Rimber could do an aerial. He was the superstar gymnast we had because he could do an aerial. That's pretty much it. That was a big deal. Like that was super cool though. But yeah, he took off his glasses, his Clark Kent glasses, and then turned into Superman on that thing. What is it called again?
Horse.
Okay. I'll forget it by the end of the episode, but maybe I'll see it. When does gymnastics end? Because it's going on right now as I
Uh,
speak. I believe.
they're probably showing the encore of the team exercises. I think the team exercises have ended. Like you said, men's took what bronze and the women took gold. And I think now it's just going to be individual medals for that.
That's correct. Yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, I've not gotten to see a lot of that. Really, I really only got to sit down and watch Saturday and Sunday. I watched a little bit at the end of the men's gymnastics last night. I came home just in time to see some swimming today, and that's been it. My favorite events are next week, right? Track and field. Yeah, those are along with basketball, like U.S. men's
Yeah.
basketball. But that's going on now. We can touch up on that a little bit. The U.S. men's team played Serbia, Jokic and Serbia, in their first game of the 2024 Olympic Games, Sunday afternoon. Beat them by about, what, I don't know, 15 or so points. We're in control most of the game. Actually, I
I thought
had
they'd be in by
gone to,
25.
really? Didn't
It
feel
might
like.
it might be the women's score I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I don't
The
think they.
women have been dominating, of course, but
Yeah, that's nothing we didn't know was going to happen. No surprise there. There's no story there. There's no story with the women's team.
no.
There's no Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese or Enrique Ogumbawale. So I'm not interested, to be honest with you. They'll dominate as they should, but I don't really care. There's not much there story wise. The men's team is interesting. It's an interesting story all around. You got all these legends coming back, forming their own Avengers to have one last go at an Olympic gold medal. And well, it'll be Steph's first if they achieve that. But yeah, took on Serbia Sunday afternoon. I went to go get coffee, and because you're there, there's a Casey's right up the road from your parents' place, and they have good coffee, and their creamer machine always works, unlike Come and Go. So it was about equal distance. So I went the Casey's route because theirs is better anyway to me. So I get it, and I get a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant while I'm there, and head back. And by the time I turn the game on, it is because it was in the morning. It was like a 10:15 a.m. tip off. And when I turned the game on, it was 10-2 Serbia. And but as soon as I got there, it was USA came storming back, and uh, yeah, it was felt like it was all of them the rest of the way. I mean, that Serbian team's pretty good. This was an interesting stat though. The game, like when Jokic was in the game, the the U.S. and Serbia scored the same amount of points with Jokic in the game. With him out, you saw the difference. It was like a 20-point difference. So if you're wondering if Jokic is still the best player in the world, yeah, I think that's pretty good proof there.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, and he made some big plays Sunday. That's so tough though. Like you and Kerr built the lineup to basically, take on Serbia's bigs, include mostly Jokic, right? And so when you don't have Joel Embiid to deal with, oh, here comes Anthony Davis. And then Bam Adebayo is in the game at the same time too. That's such a tough thing to ask anyone to do, even Jokic. But LeBron played well. Steph played well. They
He
they
did.
all they
Yeah.
all did their part. They all played their role. Derek White did what Derek White. He's a very solid player. Drew Holiday. What was the starting lineup? It was LeBron, Steph, Drew Holiday, Embiid, and I can't remember who the fifth person was.
I don't know. I didn't get to watch any of that game, but I don't know. KD, was he in there?
No, he didn't start. He came off the bench.
But I did see where KD and LeBron were perfect from the field in the first half. They didn't miss a shot.
Yeah, but to LeBron though, a lot of his were like, kind of
Dunks.
not well, an attack in the basket, like kind of easy shots for LeBron. But KD was, yeah, like 7 for 7. I think he had 21 points in the first half. Kevin Durant has to be the best Olympic basketball player we've ever seen. Has to be. He's been he's been on every US team since 2008. He won them the gold medal, as I've stated many times on this show, in 2021, which was the 2020 Olympics. It was the Kevin Durant's the reason they won a gold medal at the last Olympics. The sole reason. Jason Tatum was the second best player on that team, but KD was far and above everybody else out there on the floor. So that's 08, 12, 16, 20, 24. So KD's going for his fifth gold medal. And I think he'll get it, especially if he plays like he does. He goes to another level in Olympic basketball. Carmelo Anthony did that. Carmelo Anthony always upped it, who's going to be a Hall of Famer, but he always upped his game in Olympic basketball. And Kevin Durant's no different, and he's better than Carmelo Anthony. But Kevin Durant is just a different animal in Olympic basketball, and he's an all time great anyway. But he even goes to another place, uh, a step above when Olympic basketball play begins. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was a heck of a lot of fun to watch, man. Um, Tatum didn't play at all. I noticed, of course, everybody noticed that, but I noticed it.
Yeah.
I was thinking he's got to be like injured or something, or like maybe not injured, but not 100%. Maybe tweak something in practice. But no, that was just the lineup that Kerr and company thought was best to go up against Serbia with didn't include Tatum. And when you've got a superstar Olympic basketball team like the US men do, I guess that's going to happen, right? But at the same time it's weird to see it's weird to see Derek White getting a bunch of minutes. Who's a good player, but he was, he got a spot because Kawhi got injured and didn't want to play, needed to be replaced. Uh, Tatum is a clear cut Olympic basketball, guy,
Yeah.
deservingly so, NBA champion,
I heard
and
that Kerr
didn't
just
play
kind
again.
of forgot about him. It's just like, oops, I forgot to play him kind of deal.
I don't see how that's possible, but it's my understanding that he even went to Tatum before and said, "Hey, this is the situation, and you're probably going to be this. This is how it could play out because this is how we
Oh,
went to Serbia." It's my understanding
okay.
that's how it went. I'm going to give Steve Kerr a little more credit than that. But it was, yeah, it was an interesting ordeal to see him not play. Basically, to see Derek White get quite a bit of minutes and Tatum not play at all, that was weird. It didn't surprise me that Tyrese Halliburton didn't play. Because there were guys that have made the Olympic basketball team that you're like, that's not an Olympic basketball. Like Harrison Barnes in 20 whatever it was, 16 it might have been. Yeah, he didn't play hardly any. He played a little bit because he wasn't as good as those other guys. So of course he wasn't going to play. That's not Jason Tatum. He will play more, and I'm sure Kerr will make it a point to play him more. I figured Tatum would have been a starter.
Yeah.
But you can't go wrong with who they have out there. The lineup they had was really a great unit. I cannot remember that fifth person. Yeah, I cannot remember that fifth person, but that is a heck of a lineup to go out there with. Steph, Drew Holiday, LeBron, Embiid, and I got to find out who the fifth person is for whatever reason. I cannot remember it. All right, Brad, what's going on? When does golf start?
Golf
The
or
Olympics.
Olympic golf starts on Thursday. So if you really want to watch it, wake up at 2 a.m. on Thursday morning and watch it start. So, uh, yeah, like I said last week, it's Xander Schauffele, and then there's Scheffler, and then let's see, Wyndham Clark and shit. Why am I drawing a blank?
Same reason I did.
Oh,
Devin
more
Booker
more
was the other starter, by the way.
Morikawa is who I drew a blank on. So yeah, I don't know why I drew a blank on him. I figured I'd draw a blank on Wyndham Clark, but they'll be teeing it up for Team USA on Thursday. Still think Bryson should have took Wyndham's place on that team. He deserves it a lot more than Wyndham. But that's neither here nor there.
Okay, what are we excited about coming up? 'Cause we don't have a lot of time left in this week's show. Um, what are you excited to see moving forward with the Olympic Games, at least for the rest of the week?
Oh, I'm excited to see the golf, of course. I really want to catch some of the men's basketball games, and I'm ready for the track and field events to start.
I'm guessing they didn't. I thought they played today, the U.S. men's basketball team. I know they have South Sudan next. I thought it was today that they played. Maybe it's tomorrow. I'll look that up. Oh, come on.
But in other golf news, this past weekend was the 3M Open there. I believe it was in St. Paul, Minnesota. But a guy with probably the coolest name on the PGA Tour won, Johnny Vegas. He got his first win in like 7 years. So pretty good deal for him.
That is a cool name.
Yeah.
U.S. men's team plays South Sudan tomorrow at 2 p.m. Tomorrow being Wednesday. I would be curious. I would like to watch that game just because of how well South Sudan played against them in the exhibition. But I feel like the U.S. will be a different animal tomorrow. If anything, it woke them up some. I wouldn't be surprised if it's semi close, and I also wouldn't be surprised if the U.S. beat them by 20. We'll see what happens. I do look forward to the rest of the swimming. Uh, I'll catch. Gymnastics is cool to an extent,
Yeah.
but I don't care to sit there and watch gymnastics all day. It's just not my thing. The swimming is exciting to me. When we get to the track and field events, I'll be dialed into that. Really dialed into that. It's my favorite ones. The 100-meter dash is the most exciting 10 seconds in sports, all of sports. Men or women. There's a good story on the women's side. If Shakari Richardson can basically, get the job done this time around and do what she was unable to do the last Olympics. So I'd be excited to, or I'm excited to see that what she can do there. And then all the other sports that I don't even know are in the Olympics. I know skateboarding was an Olympic sport.
Yeah. Japan, I believe, won gold in that. The two US guys, I believe, won silver and bronze. So I was kind of thinking Nigel Houston was going to win gold, but he kind of messed up his last best trick. So, but those Japan skaters, they're real good.
Well, in the other sport, surfing, it's kind of funny to me that surfing is there in the Paris Games, and it's where they're
On
actually
the
doing the
cross, yeah,
surfing is like 4,000 miles away from Paris.
that's, yeah, it's on the other side of the planet.
No, in the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
And that's the part of the Olympic Games in Paris. That's interesting. That's cool, I guess, or sort of. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you? But the decathlon is coming up, and
Hopefully.
yeah, I was say, did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about it today on PTI.
Yeah, that I don't remember the name of the lake or whatever it is they're supposed to be swimming in, but it's apparently one of the most polluted
They're supposed to be
waters.
swimming in the river, dude. In the Seine River.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
One of the most polluted rivers in the world.
Yeah. They have raw sewage running into that thing.
Yes, it's 2,000 years worth of pollution going into that water, and they've apparently spent 1.4 billion dollars trying to clean that thing up.
Yeah.
And it still may not be like if it rains, it could be
Yep.
sewage dumping back into it and all for naught.
I believe it's raining there right now. So
Yeah. And if it
there.
rains in Paris, so there's a very good chance it rains in
Yeah.
Paris because it did all the time when we were
Well, now they're saying they might just do the running and biking and throw out the swimming. I was like, no, that's not the same because what if
Not a
swimming was your
decathlon,
strong point? Yeah,
or that's not. It's not a triathlon. I guess it
yeah.
is. What is a decathlon? I should know this, but I can't even.
The decathlon's the 10 events in the track and field.
Okay, there you go. Because I know what a triathlon is. It's run, bike, swim.
Yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't
decathlon
remember.
is yeah. It's like javelin and triple jump, long jump, 100 meters or something. I don't
Stuff,
even know what all events are in that, but
the stuff for the thing Bruce Jenner got a gold medal with.
yeah,
I saw Caitlin put a tweet out. I follow her on Twitter. She's a very interesting follow on Twitter, and talking about, like, said something along the lines of this about this exact moment, however long ago it was. I had just finished my first day of the decathlon. It was kind of cool to see that. That's what I think when I see these athletes get their medal and all that, and they're shows them celebrating with their family and all that. I just think they're going to have that forever and get
yeah.
to show kids, grandkids, like, this is my Olympic medal. Like, yeah, it would be cool to get gold, but I mean, dude, you give me a bronze, silver, or
Right.
bronze, I'm
Yeah.
just as happy, pretty much.
Yep.
Like, because you're gonna have that forever. I remember the last Olympics when they did the marathon. Molly Seidel was the first American woman to medal at the Olympics in a long time, and she got bronze. And the way she celebrated after was like she won gold. I mean, that's how I would be. I'd be like that guy in that meme where he gets like eighth place. He gets like an eighth place medal, and everybody's chill. And he's popping the bottle, flipping the bird to everybody, kissing the
Yeah.
chick next to him. That would be me if I got any Olympic medal,
Well,
because you're gonna have that forever. Well, as long as you're alive, but
yeah.
that's a legacy that lives on forever. I want as you said, and I'd heard this prior to you telling me, the every Olympic medal apparently has a piece of the Eiffel Tower in it.
That's what they're saying. So I guess they kept pieces out of it from whenever it recently got renovated. I don't even know how recent it was, but I want to say in the last like 10 years or so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could see that.
pretty cool. Speaking of medals, do you think Team USA will be the leader for gold medals by the time it's all said and done?
I don't know. Japan was leading last I saw.
Yeah.
As far as overall, I have no idea.
Oh.
If you were going to
Well, I
say,
mean, I'm just saying gold, just gold, because the United
I don't
States
know.
is, yeah, they're beating them down in total medals, but
Yeah, I would
not still.
expect the U.S. to get the total medal count. I would probably, if I were betting on it, if it were a Vegas thing, I'd take the field as far as who's going to have more golds. Because those countries like Japan, China, France, like they're going to have people that specialize and are just really, really good at this one kind of off the beaten
Yeah.
sport. And like that'll be their specialty, and that's what they end up winning. And so that'll kind of count toward that overall gold medal number. So I would take the field if I were betting on it. I'm looking up the just updates on this, everything going on. Triathlon to go ahead as seen passes water test. So there you go. It's on the ESPN headline page. This story was posted 17 minutes ago. So it's apparently good to go for now. It All right. Just reading the headline is interesting. So it starts tomorrow. It takes place tomorrow. So hopefully they get some good weather.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I didn't. I forget 3-on-3 basketball is a thing in the Olympics.
Yeah, uh, I'd forgotten all about it too. I seen some highlight of it yesterday online, but eh,
Is Jimmer Fredette on the team? Yeah, U.S. brought in former NBA player Jimmer Fredette after not qualifying for the last Olympics, but he managed just 4 points in the rout. They lost 22-14 on Tuesday night in their opening game uh, after failing to qualify for the Tokyo Games. Yeah, that was. I knew like women. I remember like women winning it, the 3-on-3 portion, and I think they're about as dominant as the 5-on-5 team is. But I
yeah,
forget the 3-on-3 is a thing. See, it's all those like little sports that are that you don't know are a thing until the Olympics.
yeah,
I do like that flag football is going to debut for men and women the next Olympics in Los Angeles in 2028. Yeah, men and women are going to get to do it. I think that's cool as heck though that the women are
yeah.
going to get to do it too. It's going to bring another just more interest. There's that much more interest in the game of football. So pretty cool to see that. All
Speaking of
right,
football, it's back this week, so Hall of Fame game.
already that's great. It's
Yep.
August, like it's about to be August. So wow, but all right, well, we're out of time, so we're going to get out of here. I'm going to go watch more Olympics, and we're going to talk more Olympics and everything else going on in the sports world next week. But until then, this is your host, Grandpal.
Brother Brown.
Deuces, y'all.
Peace.